Hi everybody, this is Janice and welcome to part 2 of this Hugs little flower garden card. We're going to go ahead and decorate this little layer here. First thing I want to do is start coloring our different flowers, and I used this paper right here for the inspiration. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the peel paint for the leaves and the stems, and I'm going to use the spice marmalade for the centers of the flowers as well as these little stamen, and then the actual flowers themselves, those are going to be peacock feathers. Okay, and I don't have a distress ink marker in that color because we don't have those yet. Ranger has not released those. I'm sure they will at some point. I know they know we'll buy them, so why not? So I'm sure we'll get all of our seasonal colors and all of the wonderful distress ink markers. Alright, so what we're going to do is, let's begin with the stamen. I'm just going to simply color them just regular. And the flower center doesn't really matter because we're going to put a button in the middle. And this one down here doesn't even really show because of the grass, but we'll go ahead and color it anyway. And then for the leaves and stems, I'm going to use my water brush. So, I just fell off my chair. Okay, so we'll just do our... This is so relaxing. I love doing this. It doesn't have to be perfect. And the stamp is, you know, doodly looking, so, you know, that just kind of adds to the whole relax, don't worry about it kind of feel. We don't have to even color all the way down here because it's not going to show, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Okay, and then we can dry this. I find that it adds layers of color. You know what? Let me turn this off. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one because I just don't know really what's going to show. So just do all of it. I'm just going to scribble a little bit more on here. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Passion for Crafting left me a comment about her daughter wanting to meet my boys. I actually only have one boy. He is 7. And he is a neat kid. There are some videos where you can see him. But the teenagers that I was talking about with the attitude yesterday are my teenagers at school. I love them. They're great people. But they do have an attitude. And I did too when I was, 12 to 15 mostly. That's when my attitude was at its height. And you know what? Let's be honest. I have my days when I have an attitude now. And if my husband hears this, he will amen that one. Okay. So there is, this one's called Evergreen Bough, and I did say that what I was going to use was peacock feathers, and I messed that up. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. They're very similar, but they're different. So peacock feathers is, I want to say, was that? I think that was in the spring seasonal colors. I think it probably says it in the back. Spring seasonal series, yes. It's probably one of my favorite colors. And so I'm going to go in here and now I'm going to color our flowers in those colors. And I did go over the line there a little bit, but again, I'm trying to kind of just get a real kind of relaxed and watercolory look here. If I wasn't doing a video, I would probably be a little more careful, because I do tend to like things to be just so, but that's why I force myself to say, you know, it really is okay. Love using my water brush. And see, so even though if you don't have your, you know, have the markers, the distress markers, see, you can get the same effect with your, you know, with your ink pads. Let's go ahead and not ignore our little flower down here. Okay. And like I said, I mean, we could do another layer of color if we wanted to, and I probably do, just because I'm about to color in the edges. So I want it to really, really stand out. Maybe I'll just do like a little shady thing here. Do the bottom part of the flowers. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so just gonna move this out of the way. Bring out, oops, sorry about that. We're going to do peel paint on the bottom for the grass. And that is the same color of marker that I used. And this is just a blending foam. And this is the tool without the little stick. I don't really like that handle anyway, so I just took it off. Uh-oh, I got the button stuck in my finger. Okay, and then for the sky, I used before on the other card, on another card, I did use a wonderful blue, but it's okay, we're just using non-traditional colors. This is the Iced Spruce, and this one was from the winter. I don't have the only one I don't have is the fall one, because I was really trying to not feel like I have to have everything just because it's Tim Holtz or Ranger. I just tend to be kind of very much like, that's my favorite line of craft tools, and so I like to have everything that has to do with Ranger or Tim Holtz. And I really just forced myself not to be like that, not to be so, what's the word? I don't know. Spoiled, really. But now I really wish that I had it. So if anybody out there has an extra one you want to sell me, I'd really like to buy it off of you. Let me know. Alright, so there's that. And now you can see the hugs, I hope. Okay, and you'll see why in a moment, why I wanted to do that. Okay, let's bring in the rest of the card and we're going to finish this up. Now, something else that I did was add the little twine. So I'm going to make some little marks here where we are going to tie, we're going to use the slotted punch, and I need something to mark it with, like a pencil, but I'm afraid I'm going to bump the camera again by reaching. Okay, so I'm just going to make some little marks here. And then we're going to use this tool. Oh, you know what else we need to do is also cut this. So, kind of want it about there maybe. Okay, so all we're going to do is use our scissors and just trim it away. Of course, I could have marked it with a pencil, it'd probably make it easier. But, yeah. Okay. Now these are going to get popped, the grass is going to get popped up. I need to make my little cuts here. I took the little door off so that I could see the marks. And then this is going to get popped up, like I said, but I'm just going to do a little bit of inking here. I didn't do that on the first card, but I wished I had. And I'm using the little teeny tiny dimensionals that I've had for a while now. By the way, if you're interested in coming to a crop at the Waterford Lakes Michaels in Orlando, Florida, if you're interested, or if you're in town and you want to come by, I wish you would. It's only $5, and it's Sunday, September, what's tomorrow? The 16th, and it's from 1 to 7. It's only $5. So if you can come, I hope you will. I'd love to meet you guys. Alright, and now for the twine. Now what I used for this was the friendship bracelet twine. I got a whole big giant pack of it. I can't remember where I got it, but I know they sell it at all the different craft stores. And I tied a bow on the block there, triple length. Just going to trim it here. And we're just going to wrap it, and that little what you call it, that little notch is going to hold it in place. We're also going to use some glossy accents to hold it down. But that little notch is just a little trick for holding things in place. You can do that on scrapbook pages too, if you ever want to do this kind of thing on a page. I learned this little trick a long time ago. So there we have that part. And then I'm also going to add a little doodly line using the fine tip part of this walnut stain. And I'm just going to be like totally not worried about it being perfect. And then I'm going to go over it again, but not over it. I'm just kind of trying to mimic the doodly drawing of the flowers. Let's see. Okay, and then we're going to put this down on our card. And I'm going to open it just to make sure it's oriented correctly. Okay, and then I wanted to add a little button, so I took one of these buttons and put the same twine or the same embroidery friendship bracelet floss, and I added one to the bow as well. And then just for extra support, make sure it doesn't fall apart, here I added a little bit of glossy accents. It's going to dry clear so you won't be able to tell. And one over here for added measure, and one underneath the bow, and then maybe a little bit right there. And just kind of smush it down there and let it dry. And there's our card. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're having a great weekend. I actually forgot I had another stamp for the inside, which I'm just going to stamp. I'm not going to emboss it. It says, "Friends are flowers in the garden of life." Love that. So, thanks for watching. Bye.